want to do a little update video about my Ruger 1022. Now, I finally got the ATI Strikeforce stock in. I also got the light in, and I got the little compensator in. I still am waiting on the JWH custom bolt. I still have the regular factory one in there right now. Now, I do overall like this stock. I really like the end right here. I guess this is mil spec. It'll actually fit on my AR. I've tried it out. It's got a good little recoil pad here. And I know this has got the little scorpion recoil pad. It's pretty nice there. Now, I took it to the range yesterday. And you know, all I've done since the last time I took it to the range, like to the gun itself, besides add the stock and everything, you know, that ain't going to affect the way it shoots, is I did add the JWH custom auto bolt release. And I have a Volquartsen exact edge extractor. And I guess the extractor really helped, because I really didn't have, I had like 1 or 2 stovepipes, you know, but other than that, it was shooting fine. And I just shot it with this magazine and the 10 round magazine. The other Ruger magazines I have are junk, they don't work. But a few things now about this stock that I don't like. Let's start right here. You see, if you want to use your iron sights, you can't. It won't lift up. Now, I guess like at the factory or wherever, it's like a miscut. As you see, it's good on this side, but not this side. Now, I have seen some ATI Strikeforce stocks that you can lift the sights on. I'm guessing it's just a few in a bunch that are miscuts or whatever, or however you want to say it. Now, another thing too is right here where you grip it, with that little bolt coming down, and it had some little, I guess right here, going down right here's where the plastic was put together, and it was kind of sharp. Sanded it down a little bit, but I ultimately put a little piece of fuzzy like tape there, and it helps out a lot so it ain't scratching my hand there. But this is kind of in the way, but I can kind of deal with that. It folds very nicely, and it locks in place good. It's no wobble. I like that. You know, it's pretty nice there. Now, this is the NC Star birdcage right here. It's just the slip-on version with the screw in the bottom. Now, after one 25 round magazine, as I was reloading, this actually fell off. I'm guessing just shooting it, you know, just makes the screw undo itself, and it just falls right off. Now, I have tightened it as pretty much as tight as you can get it without stripping out the screw. So I'm guessing this is really just for looks, and if you're going to go shoot, you're going to have to take it off, or it's just going to fall off, and you might end up losing your screw. I'm glad this thing was only like $7, because the little slip-ons, they're just for looks. Unless you get maybe a really high quality one, it's going to fall off. Probably every single time too. Now, if I can do it with one hand here. Another little thing I've noticed, even when, you know, I had the gun inside its factory stock, is the rail. The rail that comes with the 1022. Like I said, after the 25 round mag, that fell off and the rail was loose. And I've tightened it so tight. I've done it every time, but every time I shoot, the rail just gets loose. I'm not sure. You know, I've tightened it as tight as it'll go. You know, I'm not trying to really over tighten it or strip something out or whatever, but just every single time it gets loose. And that's the factory rail with the factory screws that it came with. You know, a little weird, I guess. And now I have gotten the, like I said in the last video, I got the flashlight here. This ain't the original flashlight that came with this ring mount, but I like it better. It's really super bright, and it's got the torch. It's a Ultra Fire Cree flashlight. This is the Vast Fire one. This is what it came with. As you see, this flashlight here is just it's a little bit shorter, and this one is shorter, it's brighter, and it's got the torch. This one doesn't have the torch. Now it does have the little button thing that you screw in the end. Instead of the button, you can have the little cord coming out with the little touch thing, and that'll also, the one off of this will also screw onto this, so I could use that if I wanted to. Now also the recoil pad, the Scorpion recoil thing, look at this. If you grab the gun just by the handle, it kind of looks, it feels like it's going to come off. Not a real big fan of that, but I guess if it does come off, I can fix that, no problem. I mean, it is kind of a cheap little plastic feel, and without the magazine in it, if you grab it here, you can listen. I don't know if you can hear that. Now the Field Sport did pretty good on it. I couldn't get it exactly like sighted in. It was always shooting a little bit to the left, and I sat there, or a little bit to the right. I sat there for probably an hour messing with it and just shooting the gun, trying to get it on, and I just couldn't. It was always maybe like a half an inch or so to the right, but I can compensate for that. Not too bad for 20 bucks. I'm gonna, next time I go to the range, I'm gonna put my Bushnell TRS 25 on there and see how good that one does on it. I don't know, I got, you know, the rifle itself I got for free when I bought my AR, so I don't really have any money in the rifle itself. You know, these stocks you hear are about $109. I think I paid $89 for this one, and then I got 20 in this, so that's like 90, and then like 110 with this. I think it's actually like 25. And then, you know, the flashlight was like 12 bucks, and the compensator was like that's an NC Star, that was $7.50. So, you know, if I have put a little bit of money, I mean, I haven't bought nothing super expensive or anything for it. You know, this is just a little 1022, little kind of turn it into a tactical style. But I mean, I don't know. I'm still waiting on the JWH custom bolt. It's the one that says Exterminator right here. That'll be here in 3 days. And then I can try that out next time I go to the range and see how good that one does. And it also comes with the JWH custom bolt buffer. I have the factory in there right now, the middle bar. I haven't cleaned it yet since I shot yesterday. But I mean, I do like the stock. Like I said, this right here is a little bit in your way of your hands. That's why I put that there. But I mean, I can kind of deal with that and just learn to work with it. And I can't use my iron sights. But I guess if I had to, though, I could just take this top piece off and use my iron sights if my, you know, the SHFT situation happened. And, you know, it's a little critter getter. Like I said, I have this hanging up on the wall above the bed, and, you know, that's what I use it for. But, I want to love the 1022. I really do. But every time, you know, I'm out shooting it or whatever, just makes me think about my Marlin 60. How I've had it for years and years, put more rounds than I can count through it. And I've never had a problem out of it. It does its job. Yeah, it's a little bit harder, difficult to take apart and clean than it is to clean this. Well, the only really problem with the Marlin 60 is, you know, when you take the bolt out and you got the recoil spring, sometimes that can be a pain to actually put back in. I have badly damaged a few springs doing that. That's why last time I ordered like 10 of them. I think they were like $7 a piece in a bulk order. wasn't too bad, because I know every now and again I'm just going to have some problems putting it back together and damage the spring. But other than that, on the Marlin 60 with the micro groove barrel, that thing, I keep the iron sights on it. It's super accurate. I love that gun. But I'm trying to love this 1022. I guess that's kind of why I bought all this stuff for it and turned it into like a little tactical 1022. I'm really trying to like this rifle. I hope when I get the JWH custom bolt in, it'll solve all my problems. But like I said, I just took it to the range. I probably put maybe 150, 200 rounds through it. I only had like 2 stovepipes, so it's doing a lot better. Because before, last time I took it to the range, before I went yesterday, it was ridiculous. Every other round was jamming. But I think it was the factory extractor. After about 300 rounds, the factory one was just worn out. So I put the Volquartsen in there, and it's been doing pretty good. So the number one upgrade I would do when you get a Ruger 1022 is put the auto bolt release in and get you a Volquartsen exact edge extractor. And that right there is going to solve a lot of your problems. But still waiting on my magazines to come back from Ruger. But I guess we'll see. Let me guys know what you think and what I should be doing.